sex. You're not even listening, Felix.
It means sex?
I believe so.
Okay, no, that's what my kid was.
Because we were talking about words and having different connotations.
Well, it was like, when you go to a bowling ring and you bowl, I got a strike.
Yeah, that's bowling, not bawling.
That's bowling, yeah.
Oh.
Which, by the way, guys, I will be doing next Friday, so I don't know if I will be on the air.
Okay.
I have to go to a fun.
You're joining a league?
Fundraiser to go to.
Oh, okay.
No. The softball league that Samantha's in, they're doing a fundraiser next week for it's a bowling night. So we're going. It's from like 6 to. It starts at 6.
Well, the only and
throughout the night.
My friend Joel can attest to this, but the only way you're going to get me to bowl is if you put up the guardrails. That's the only way I might be able to break 100. Now, he was a good bowler, I remember.
They asked me if I was bowling, and I was like, I bowl. I love to bowl, but I won't bowl because I told them, I was like, I'm not going to break a nail.
Oh my God. You know something? I got to say this. Funny you should mention that. Many years ago, when the boys were in elementary school, okay, and right now the oldest is 32 and the youngest is turning 30 next month, okay, Ellen goes to have her nails done on Fridays. She was just finished having her nails done, and she was going to the elementary school to pick the boys up. Well, she got into an accident. It wasn't her fault. Some guy without a license driving a truck hit her. She was fine, but she broke her nail. Okay? Now, she had a friend's husband pick up the kids from school, but do you know she went back to the car and looked for the nail so she could glue it back on?
Oh, God.
I swear to God, I kid you not. So it's funny that you mentioned nails and stuff, because to this day that's the one thing she does for herself. Every Friday she goes to have her nails done.
I don't go every week. I go every 3 to 4 weeks.
Just like once a month. Once a month I go down to the zoo in Queens or some farm out on the island, and I have some cow lick my head in the hopes that my hair will start to grow. But it's not doing any good. I'm still as bald as I was when we got married.
True.
Hey, it is what it is.
Except the cow did swing.
Where is Felix? Because I could hardly hear him.
Oh, he's got, he...
Oh, yeah, my microphone's turned off again.
He's got his mute button on.
Thank you. And it lit up this time. Did you notice?
I saw that, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, gosh.
Anyway, hopefully we will be hearing soon from Chad. He said give him a little time. He's busy doing something, but he will call up. I guess Naj is not calling up. So
all I got to say is 17 more days and counting.
What, school days?
School days.
That's right. 17 more days. And I could say goodbye, third grade.
Well, no. You see, Samantha's being promoted. You're being held over.
No. I just
don't when you stop to think, we really used to sweat it. I mean, come the end of the year, when I became a teacher, I realized how silly I was when I was a kid and a student, because in May, okay, the administration and the teachers are already making up the classes for the next year, because the standardized tests had already been graded. Mm-hmm. But as a kid, you think that you go down to like the very last day and then you get your report card. Everything's been decided already.
Exactly. But a couple of weeks ago I went to another, because now they have to do parent-teacher conference 4 times out of the year, whereas it used to be twice a year. You would have it in November and then in March.
Right.
But now they have to do 4 times. So a couple of weeks ago I went, and her teacher said that pretty much the grades are in. She already told me what her grades will be. I know she's being promoted to the 4th grade. And I told her, I said, as long as you told me that she's being promoted, I don't care what kind of grade she gets at this point.
No, what you really said to her,
what
you really said to her was, as long as she's not going to be in your class again, I'm very happy.
That's true. Yes, that's true. But actually, I have to change. It's not 17 more days. It's actually 15 more days. Because
you got clerical half days.
No. She's not they're not half days. She's getting next Thursday off, and then the following Tuesday she has off, and then she'll have the rest of the days until the 28th. The 28th is a half a day. Goodbye. See ya. Hello, 4th grade on September 8th.
On what date?
September 8th, they go back to school.
Yeah. That's late. That's because Labor Day is probably around the 1st. Because it's a week later or something.
This year we went to school on September 9th. That was the first day of school.
Well, I will tell you, you can tell Samantha
that's the look of a man who's forgotten the one thing his wife told him not to forget. And that's the look of a man who can see inside his fridge from his phone, so he never forgets. Thanks to the Samsung Family Hub refrigerator from Best Buy, where a blue shirt showed him how the in-fridge camera links to his smartphone, so he knows when he's running low on AI-OI.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up. Only with us will something like that happen.
We advertise now. Aren't we nice?
Very nice.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say. See that?
So
I'm having a senior moment.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today.
I have them all the time.
Senior moments?
Tell me, do you get hot and cold all the time, too?
Do I what?
Get hot and cold all the time.
Oh, sure. No, seriously, I do.
Felix and I have our flashes all the time. He flashes me every time I'm on the radio with him. You see, this is our contribution. We are not as good as Seinfeld.
That's the look of a man who's forgotten the one thing his wife told him not to.
He liked it so much he wanted to hear it again.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a show about nothing. Because when we talk politics, I give my point of view, Felix gives his point of view, nobody really gives a damn one way or the other.
Oh, I do.
And
because we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but you know how dangerous...
It's all going to come down to this. No matter what, and forgive me for being out of line, but no matter what, our country is royally screwed.
You know, people, a lot of people say, oh, it's going to be a rout for Hillary. And unfortunately...
Very few people say that anymore.
Well, my friend does, and my friend Ed says that, and I tell him how wrong he is, because if you watch any of these Trump rallies, these people are so nuts. They're so crazy. Now, I'm not saying that the demonstrators are any better, all right, when it comes to that. Politics should not be like that. But the Trump supporters are so crazy and nuts.
What's causing it to be?
Hey.
Oh, there he is. The Chad man. It's that...
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Not much. We're just saying that...
Lisa.
Hi, Chad.
We're just saying that...
Hello.
Trump scares me because nobody ever says no to this man. And if he was actually president, I mean, he could actually be America's first dictator, I swear to God. Because he's always right. He's never wrong. He won't listen. He keeps saying all these.
I don't know. I none of the candidates excite me. I can tell you that.
I know politics is not your thing, but the bottom line is, it's just very upsetting and scary. I'm a Bernie man, really.
And he's scary also when you think about it.
Yeah, but Bernie Sanders wants to make a socialist economy happen.
Well,
I don't know.
You know, the problem with a lot of older Americans, okay, the older Americans still equate socialism with communism, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, Israel is a socialistic democratic country, you know. The only place where it's socialistic is on the kibbutz, where they share everything. Okay, and people have a choice whether they want to live on a kibbutz or they want to live in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem or any place, or Haifa, any place else. You know.
Is Donald Trump Jewish by any chance?
No.
What was that?
Yes, Donald Trump was Jewish.
Is Donald Trump Jewish by any chance?
No, he's not.
No, he's got German. I think he's German background.
What's
Donald Trump Jewish?
But what happened to the sound? No, he's not Jewish.
But he
does.
He's Christian.
But he does like the
born again.
He's born again.
Well, hey Felix, just because somebody calls themselves one doesn't mean they are. Jesus made that absolutely clear.
Donald Trump doesn't call himself a born again.
I don't think. Well, I don't believe he is.
He's not. I'm just joking.
No, he's not. But but he does like to say that his daughter converted. She married an Orthodox Jewish guy, and she converted, and his grandchildren are being brought up Jewish.
Okay. Whatever they want, doesn't mean anything to me. I like to see their lives, what they represent. If they say they're Christians, great. We just give them the benefit of the doubt.
Again,
like Trump,
I think he's not Protestant. I forgot what he is. He used to carry his Bible around. Remember that?
No, he only did that at the very beginning, after the first debate, when he showed up for one of his rallies, talking about his favorite quote.
Yeah. Hey, I want real quick, guys. We can continue talking about this, but I did want to personally apologize on my behalf to Nas, who, if you guys can remember last week, me and him really got into a heated discussion about religion, and part of my problem with Nas is that he uses lies to perpetrate an agenda. If you want to perpetrate an agenda, then use truth. Don't use lies. But I do want to apologize for Nas. My goal is not to argue anybody into the kingdom, but it turned into a very heated argument very quickly because we both took offense to what we were saying, and that's not my style. That's certainly not what Jesus taught me to do. And that's not what I was not obedient to Jesus Christ by doing that. So I wanted to apologize to you guys. I wanted to apologize and repent before Nas, and I wanted to apologize to the listening audience that Christians are not supposed to get into these heated discussions. You can debate. There's nothing wrong with debate, as long as it's within a logical, reasoning kind of conversation. The moment it gets heated, we do what Jesus says to do in Matthew chapter 7, verse 6, which is to walk away. Do not get into that discussion. Don't cast pearls before swine. And that's what I did with Nas, and I wanted to apologize to Nas and apologize to you guys before we...
it's natural. You get in the heat of an argument,
a healthy debate...
It might be natural, but it's not what Jesus told us to do. So I was directly disobedient to my Lord. When he told me not to do something, I did it anyway. And that was my flesh. It is natural. You're right, Felix. In our flesh, in our sin, we want to argue and fight. But that's not what Jesus told us to do. He told us to do good to those who persecute you and to love on the people, giving them the gospel, clarifying it for them, not fight with them. That's not what our job is. As my job anyway, as a Christian believer.
Like I said, a healthy debate is good. I don't think Naj is calling in today because it's already after 10. And I doubt if he's calling in. But maybe the next time he calls in, you would